Previously on The Sims 4 Big Brother.
Okay, so yeah, I normally do a little recap thing previously segment here, but I just do not have the time. We have a jam-packed episode today, so all you really need to know is that Vanessa won Head of Household, Rashida won Power of Veto, and Diego went home. Okay, so let's get into the episode. Hi all my beanie weenies and welcome back to Big Brother. Now we are entering level 6 of this competition, which is the double eviction. We're going to have 2 weeks of gameplay smashed into one, and I cannot wait. In today's episode, we are going to crown a new HOH. That person is going to nominate 2 people. They will select players for the Power of Veto. They will compete in the Power of Veto, and they may or may not use it as well. Okay, so it is an action-packed episode, and to start it off, we are starting off with the new HOH. Now, as Vanessa was our previous HOH, she cannot compete this week. However, she will be able to compete in the next HOH, which is also this week. Okay, I love the whole double eviction, and who knows, maybe later on in the season we'll see more of these. But we do see that it takes quite a while for Johnny and Zoe to actually get their butts over here and start competing. I don't know what they were doing. They just weren't listening to my commands. They kept glitching out. And because it took them so long, it's pretty unfair to everyone else. So both of them have been disqualified and can no longer compete in Head of Household, which is pretty bad luck for Johnny, who just won his way back in last week. Now, he was able to survive for a week, which is pretty good. At least he wasn't immediately booted out. But will he be able to survive this double eviction? We'll have to wait and find out. Now, because we have just hopped straight into all the action, I haven't even explained the HOH. Okay, so welcome to Blades of Glory. Now, our house guests have all gathered onto the skating rink, and they're all skating in unison in a circle. And they're going to do this for as long as they can. Eventually, we're going to see some of them quit, either from being too tired, too hungry, falling too much, whatever it is. And the last sim left standing will win Head of Household. Right now we see that Dina has been eliminated. She's the first one to actually quit skating and the first one out of the competition, which I find really surprising, especially for how often Dina spends in the gym. You would think that this competition is pretty athletic and she would have been one of the final people competing, but I guess not. Who knows, maybe Dina was throwing the competition, you know? We all perceive her as being this gym rat. Maybe she wants to kind of throw everyone off of that idea. I don't really know, but everyone is going to be covered in bruises tomorrow. It doesn't look like anyone really has any steady footing going on right now. I think everyone has at least taken, 2 tumbles so far. Alright, so it's been a little bit since Dina quit. However, we're soon gonna start a fast domino effect. First, we see Mark quit, and I don't know, he looks kind of hot with all the sweat, but anyway. Then we see Akira also quit, and he gets a little too close to comfort to Mark for me. I don't know. Soon followed by Kaori and Bob, and Bob also looks kind of hot with the sweat. I don't know. And then Angela also quit, so almost everyone is gone except for Nox and Rashida. Now, the 2 of them have been winning a lot of competitions recently, but of course, Nox has been winning the most, and it's no different here because Rashida quits not too long after, and we are just left with Nox. So, of course, congratulations, Nox. You are the new Head of Household. And you will have a little bit of time to figure out who you're going to nominate. But again, this is going to be a pretty fast week, and you won't be the only HOH. So let's go ahead and leave this challenge area, and let's get the game started. I'm so excited for this double eviction, and apparently so is everyone else, because as soon as they leave the competition, they immediately go to do a victory lap around the pool in the nude. Oh yeah, so first to strip down is our little lovers, Rashida and Dina, and not everyone is too excited to see the view. In fact, they're a little bit shocked. But of course we do have to change that memory wall picture. What do you guys think about Knox being the new head of household? Is anyone surprised here? Because I'm not really. We do soon see everyone kind of change the way they feel about the skinny dip situation. Knox is definitely in the mood to celebrate, and he strips down, soon followed by Mark and Zoe. Of course, both of them are comfortable being in the nude around everyone else. And then we're soon just left with these four just looking in fear and disgust and awe and farting. Of course, that's the natural reaction. Of course, Angela does want to join the party, but she decides to keep her clothes on. Meanwhile, Knox is parading around the house as he, rules this place for at least half the week. Meanwhile, Vanessa, she usually is walking around without her pants off, so I don't really know what she's too surprised about. I honestly can't believe 5 minutes into this episode, we have an HOH crowned, skinny dipping, and Mark playing with himself at foosball. And then upstairs, we see that Knox is collecting trash from around the house, probably to smell and lay in and roll his naked body around. But I'm not going to show you guys, what he does in the privacy of his HOH room, which honestly, that's a total lie, because I showed you all what Vanessa was doing last week. So anyway, we see that in the arcade, Zoe is playing a nice little naked game of Blick Block, while Vanessa joins in behind and plays that arcade, which hardly anyone plays the arcade game. I'm so glad that it took away that poker table from in there. So I think if you do download this on the gallery, that poker table is still in the arcade room. I don't know, I would remove that. Also around the house, we have a lot of naked activities going on, and Bob does not look too happy about it. We see that Kaori is looking at herself in the mirror naked. Mark is prancing around the house. We have people in the gym working out naked. And I just love how there's only 4 house guests that actually have their clothes on, and all of them are just walking around shocked. And now I'm looking shocked because I did not expect this fight to just break out. Okay, so up on the balcony, we saw that Bob went up there, was checking out Mark being naked, and then all of a sudden they just broke out into a fight, and it looks as though Mark won. However, it soon just turns out it was just horse playing. Today is actually fight day in Del Sol Valley, and I was completely unaware of what was going on. So thankfully all seems to be good. I actually think maybe that brought the two of them closer, and we see that Knox actually didn't go to the HOH room to roll around in trash. In fact, he just did it openly in the backyard, where Mark is terrorizing all the men. Okay, so he just won a fight against Bob. Now he's going up against Akira, and I love that Knox is just watching in the background naked, and also Mark is just whooping ass completely naked. I love that as well. And Mark won this round as well, and of course it ends in hugs and laughter, but I don't know, I kind of got to see Mark on Survivor now. Does anyone else agree? Naked wrestling with Mark sounds like a good time. And of course, the naked activities continue on upstairs in the arcade. We see that Johnny is a very lucky man, as he's fully clothed and having a nice conversation with naked Zoe and Kaori. But that conversation again goes from being nice to something else, because again, it is fight day in Del Sol Valley, and the fights have not stopped. We see that once Akira comes into the room, also clothed, by the way. I love how they're just watching two naked girls in here. At first, I didn't think anything special was going to happen, but eventually a fight does break out between the two naked girls, of course, I mean, naturally. And, I mean, what a show. I don't think, Johnny doesn't seem to be that into it, but I think it was making Akira be a little bit flirty. I don't know, like, we need to get some mud in here. Maybe we could have some naked mud wrestling in the BB house. But, of course, I can't exactly tell who won this fight. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think the winners of this fight were actually Johnny and Akira, but I don't know. Someone that no one is trying to pick a fight with, however, is our new HOH Knox. We see that both him and Dina end up heading up to the arcade, while our two naked ladies go back downstairs, hopefully to put some clothes on. However, Knox plays a game on the arcade with Johnny and Akira. I love that he's cuddled in between them in the nude. Meanwhile, outside on that balcony, Mark is still hanging out up there and making drinks for himself. However, he is soon joined by Kaori and instantly gets up and runs away. I feel like he is really avoiding her, and she doesn't seem to mind at all. But I think we're going to wrap up the day's events here, as it's just mostly a lot of naked activity, and we have a lot of stuff we have to get to. Alright, so first things first, Knox needs to nominate. So he's going to go outside, gather all of our house guests, and start the nomination ceremony. Alright, since Knox has the power of head of household, it is his responsibility to nominate two house guests for eviction. So there is no restrictions this week. He's able to nominate anyone. And of course, we always decide this by looking at his relationships and seeing who he is the least closest to. And those two people are who he decides to nominate.
Spina One, Rob Shokin, huh? You both...
Alright, enough yapping, Knox. Let's go ahead and look at his relationship statuses with everyone. And the first person Knox has decided to nominate is Dina. And the second person Knox has decided to nominate is Kaori. Dina and Kaori, the two of you have been nominated for eviction. However, you're going to immediately come on up here and we're going to start picking players for the power of veto. Alright, so by now hopefully you guys already know, but Power of Veto is played by 6 players. Each of our nominees and the HOH will pick one player to fight alongside them. So for Knox, we barely even really have to look at his relationship statuses to know who he is closest to. But of course, Knox is going to pick Vanessa to compete in the Power of Veto. But next up, we have Dina. And I think we all kind of have a hunch of who she would be closest to in the house. And of course, we're not wrong either. So Dina has also picked her love interest, Rashida. And lastly, we have Kaori. Now, I was actually surprised looking at Kaori's. We knew she had a love triangle forming between Rashida and Dina. However, Bob was a huge surprise. She's not only close to Bob, but the two of them have apparently been flirting a lot. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he shaved his beard, he's gotten fit. I do not judge her for wanting Bob. I was just kind of surprised to see how far along their relationship has grown, and I have really not been keeping track of that. But, so, we have all of our players picked. Kaori, Dina, Knox, Rashida, Bob, and Vanessa. All of them are going to immediately head into the competition area where we have our Power of Veto competition set up and ready to play. So, welcome everyone to Big Brother's Beer Pong Tournament. Alright, and it's gonna be a long one. So, because we are doing this in 1 versus 1 manner, we're going to have a couple rounds set up. And, you pick these players thinking they were going to fight with you. No. You are going to battle against the person you picked, and whoever wins this beer pong challenge will go on to the next round. So first up, we have Vanessa and Knox, and Vanessa is the first one to score. Knox not only missed the first time, but also the second time. Is this going to be the first competition Knox actually loses and is bad at? We do see, however, that he does find out he's cheerful. So even though he's crying and frustrated, he's actually happy inside. Meanwhile, everyone else on the sidelines watches as Vanessa misses her next turn. And that's another fail for Knox. And Vanessa scores another one. 2 down, 2 to go for Vanessa. And even though Vanessa is already halfway done with her cups for Knox, Knox has yet to score even 1 point. I'm honestly pretty shocked. And Knox has gotten his first point. Way to go, Knox. And Vanessa barely misses. But let's see if Knox has figured out this game and if he's gotten the hang of it and if he's able to score again, or if those 2 beers have made it a little bit harder. Nope, it seems to have made it a little bit easier. So Knox, he wasn't doing too well in the beginning. Maybe the beers have loosened him up a little, or maybe he's getting the hang of what he needs to do. But now Vanessa and Knox are even, but not for too long, as Vanessa also scores another point. She only has 1 to go, but Knox is not too far behind. Okay, so I do kind of think these beers are affecting them because they are both sucking right now, okay? It is fail after fail after fail for both of them.
Oh!
Okay, finally, Knox has scored once again, and we are now down 1-1. Okay, so whoever is the next to score will win this round. And it is Vanessa. So, congratulations, Vanessa. It took you a while. I doubted you for a minute there, but you won this round. However, you have not won the veto. You will have to compete once, maybe 2 more times to win the veto. Okay, this is going to be a long competition. However, we have our next pair up, and that is going to be our lovebirds, Rashida and Dina. Alright, so Rashida is up and instantly scores. Okay, so far that is a really strong way to start the game. However, Dina is able to combat just that and scores with her first try as well. This might be a pretty tough competition, but hopefully a fast one? maybe? We see that not only does Rashida make the second one, but she was so confident that she would that she closed her eyes to do it. So far, this game is going so much better than Nox versus Vanessa. Who would have guessed? However, Dina is the first one to miss their throw, and we are now with a 3-2 match with Rashida in the lead. However, she also misses, so who knows? Maybe it started off strong and it's gonna end really weak. Nice. Okay, so Dina has scored once again, making it even 2 versus 2. Alright, even though Rashida misses, I love seeing that Kaori in the background is just looking at the wall. Just looking at the set decor. While Dina scores once again, putting her in the lead to win this round.
No!
Oof. And I know this miss has to hurt so bad for Dina because with just one more point away from winning, I feel like anytime you fail, you're going to be pretty upset. And she looks to be really upset about losing that one. However, she is still, in the running. She's not too late as Rashida keeps failing to score another point. However, maybe Dina needed to fail to give her enough strength to win, as Dina has taken home the crown and has won this round of the Power of Veto. But we still have quite a few more rounds to go. And of course, there's one to show you that final score. That way, you know for sure that she won. I don't want anyone accusing me of cheating on here, okay? Anyone who wins this season of Big Brother is going to win fair and square, not because of me. Okay, but anyway. We are going to start the next round, which is going to be our surprise lovebirds. The lovebirds I didn't really know existed, Kaori and Bob, as both Rashida and Nox sit on the eliminated benches on the sidelines. Alright, so let's start this round, and I'm not too sure who to expect to win. I know I didn't really expect for Kaori to get that first score. However, Bob soon follows behind with a complete fail. So, I don't know, maybe Kaori has this in the bag? Okay, wow, so Kaori closes her eyes and makes another point. She's only thrown twice and already she is halfway there to winning the competition. Bob really needs to step up his game, but he doesn't. Wow, okay, Kaori is killing it. So she has just got her third point. She's made 3 shots in a row so far. Is she going to be able to take this all down with just 4 straight wins? However, Bob is slowly picking up on it. Okay, he has made his first point, but it is still 3-1. Is Kaori going to finish it off right now? She does. Okay, wow. Okay, so she won that just so easily. And she will be moving on to the next round in the Power of Veto, but she doesn't even look too happy about it. I feel like so far, Dina and Kaori, obviously Kaori was the best, but Dina was also pretty good, so I'm pretty intrigued to see how the two of them go against each other in round 3. And it looks as though Kaori is still keeping up with her good luck streak as she makes the first point in this match. However, Kaori isn't competing against Bob Pancakes anymore, okay? She's competing against Dina, and Dina is a good competitor and also scores 1 point for her team. But Kaori has not missed yet, and she scores yet again. Will Dina also be able to keep up and score for the second time?
Huh? Like glue? Oh.
Alright, nope, apparently not. Ugh, how awkward.
With a dip.
But it's okay, because Kaori misses for the first time in this competition. But just because Kaori has one bad shot, we've seen that she's been scoring every single time, and this time was just like all the others, and she scores once again. However, Dina is not letting this get her down. She's staying strong, and she also scores. It's now 2-1 with Kaori in the lead. She just needs one more to win. And she does it! Congratulations, Kaori, you have made it to the final round in this Power Veto competition, and you are going to battle against your only competitor left, Vanessa. Now, Vanessa, you are so close to the end, I feel like it's almost an unfair advantage. Kaori has to win more rounds than Vanessa does. I didn't really know how to do this fairly. I think I messed up the tier bracket. Are you supposed to do an uneven amount? Does this not work for 6 players? I don't know, it was kind of my bad. I feel sort of bad if Vanessa wins and beats Kaori after Kaori has won all of these rounds, and so far it's not looking too good, as Kaori has missed her first one and Vanessa has made her first shot. So far, Vanessa is in the lead, only by 1 point though. And Kaori soon catches up. She does that now famous closing of the eyes for that second shot and scores. And they are now matched up 3-3. However, Vanessa was able to score once again. I don't know, maybe sitting on the sidelines for so long, she was able to pick up some pointers, watching all of the rounds go by. I don't know, but it seems to have thrown Kaori off quite a little bit as she has missed her next shot.
With a dib. Huh. Oh, so gentle.
And while Vanessa has also missed, Kaori scores, and she ties this matchup once again 2-2. But just like that, Vanessa scores once again, putting her in the lead. She only has one more point to make, and she will win the Power of Veto.
Oh! Mazor Kala! Oh, Pribby. Oh,
Alright, Kaori has missed. It's now Vanessa's turn. And Vanessa makes it. Congratulations, Vanessa. You have won the Power of Veto. I know. I feel kind of bad for Kaori. I feel like I messed this up a little bit. If you want to harass me and give me hate comments, go ahead and do so down below. I didn't rig it, I promise. I don't have a thing for Vanessa. But with the way I designed this competition, Vanessa has won it. Oopsie. However, she's not going to have it for very long, as we're going to immediately head into the living room and we're going to see how she uses it. Alright, so earlier, Nox won Head of Household, and he nominated Kaori and Dina. I will feel bad since Kaori was not able to win Power Veto. She cannot take herself off the block. Instead, Vanessa won, and she's able to either keep it the same or remove either of the nominees. However, she is closer to Nox, the Head of Household, than either of the nominees. So therefore, Vanessa has decided not to use the power of veto, and the nominations have stayed the same. But stay tuned, because in the next episode, one of them will go home, will crown another head of household, and they'll nominate, and we'll have another power of veto. It is a jam-packed week, so make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.